we're TSA out here. We're doing background checks. We're doing all that.
All right, we're gonna take you away to the secondary screen.
You come through the door. We're gonna yeah.
But no, it's just. I think what it is people are trying. It's an excuse to not connect with somebody, so you don't get hurt in return. So if I can end this before you, I have all the power. I feel good.
It's also for me. That's what I call detachment. Like for me, it's hard to get attached to people. Right, that's because I've been let down so many times. Right. So it's like I'm putting in 50%, 75% effort just to see where it goes. Yeah. Because in the back of my head, this is going to end sooner than I would like it to.
We're losing more and more the human factor to it all. People are so worried about getting their feelings hurt. It's just easier to just keep them at an arm's length and not let them know what's going on.
It's not that, though. We value our time a lot more than we used to.
Well, of course.
If my time's going to be wasted, time is more valuable than money. Let me put that out there. If my time's going to be wasted, then I would much rather move on to the next until I find what I want. But what you're trying to say, I understand, because you're not really allowing things to naturally grow or get where they need to be. And I'm not saying you need to be that for the first person you meet, but you kind of got to let them present who they are. What do we got here today?
All right, Action Jackson. So, have you heard of InstaDating?
Is that like Instacart or Instagram? Is that like Tinder? Is it like...
It involves that, but more aggressive. Intro. There's a new dating trend. It's like ghosting, but crueler and more passive aggressive.
What's more passive aggressive than ghosting than like not responding?
Well, basically, a new unfortunate breakup tactic is rearing its ugly head throughout the dating scene. I guess Gen Zers started it, and now it's following. You know how now the younger generation influences the older generation for whatever reason.
How that works. That's weird.
It's worse than ghosting. The notorious practice of cutting a partner off cold turkey. Or I guess it's fizzling, is it's called also. It's when a dater incrementally puts less effort into the other person until it reaches the point where they stop communication altogether.
That's not new. I do that. I do that. That is not new.
So the fizzler keeps some degree of contact as a simple contingency in case intentions with another fall through the cracks. It's called monkey branching. This is monkey branching.
I've done this stuff before. It's not new.
It has become increasingly common on dating apps, and 90% of surveyed daters wish to avoid being fizzled, according to recent data from Hinge's LGBTQIA+.
Okay, we're not adding the IA. I'm sorry. Respect the plus. Respect the fucking plus.
It's slowly phasing someone out without offering any explanation. It can trigger feelings of unworthiness, confusion, self-doubt. If you're not feeling the connection, remember this is another human being on the other side of the screen, and they deserve closure. Apparently people are not caring about that. The lack of care for the way their behavior makes others feel, it's becoming a real epidemic.
I've been an asshole. I've gotten better. I used to be really bad. But yeah, ghosting people, that's just when you just cut someone off, period.
Yeah.
But if you're not interested in someone, but you don't want to be a dick about it, so you kind of keep conversation going a little bit, but you're not putting in any effort to the conversation. Okay, yeah, that's cool, okay. No,
I'm thankful I'm out of it. This shit's getting starting to get to a war zone.
Yeah,
golly.
Yeah. I've done that. I've done that before, and it's maybe because the sex was whack. I don't know. I can't put my finger on it.
Jeez.
If the sex was bad, you don't just tell someone, oh yeah, the sex was bad.
Well, you don't want to hurt your feelings or do that, or it could come off as you being maybe inconsiderate, narcissistic.
If you look like me, I don't get sex that much, so I got to keep a roster going.
The phone's going off right now. Cut it out. Cut it out. Waterfalls. But no, it's just. I think what it is people are trying. It's an excuse to not connect with somebody, so you don't get hurt in return. So if I can end this before you, I have all the power. I feel good.
It's also for me, that's what I call detachment. Like for me, it's hard to get attached to people. Right, that's because I've been let down so many times. Right. So it's like I'm putting in 50%, 75% effort just to see where it goes. Because in the back of my head, this is going to end sooner than I would like it to.
Well, are you always honest with your intentions, what you're looking for? Do you tell them what you're looking for?
Of course, yeah. Okay. Yeah.
And that's the biggest.
And things change. I understand. Of course. And things change.
Of course. And yeah, the dynamic. And well, the problem is most people present a character to anybody they meet. You're like a car salesman anyway when you first initially meet people. Anyway, most people are. I mean, I used to be. I don't do that shit anymore. It's exhausting because you want to present the best attributes of yourself. You want to present this, but if you're not your real self around the person you're looking to be intimate and create a partnership romantically or build something with them, then what they're doing is they're falling in love and caring about the person that you presented, the persona you've created.
Right, you know, you got you got the Riz. Riz is the new term for the kids now.
Exactly, and so then it's not fair to them because you presented this being, this ideal of who you were, and they fell in love with, and come to find out as time goes on, as the chinks of the armor start showing up,
right? You start showing your flaws.
Yeah, complacency and everything starts happening. You get comfortable. Then it's like, well, what happened to that person? You used to take care of yourself. You used to be so compassionate.
Honestly, you're just really describing a relationship, though. Oh, a marriage, honestly.
Well, yes, and relationships too, depending on what your definition of it. Because relationship it's a weird, because we have different categories, subcategories. Some people are friends with benefits. Some people just kick it and chill, whatever. I don't know what the terminology. I've been out the game a long time, so it's. Like I said, just being honest with the intentions to begin with. But this is a new level of, because there's stories. We need to see some of these stories on TikTok and stuff. It's wild. People will, basically, it is another thing with this fad is, say you meet a chick on Hinge or you guys are a Bumble and you connect. And so it's pretty much instantaneous. All right, let's go meet tomorrow at Starbucks or somewhere, that's not going to cost you much. But mutual place is safe, so you're not out a lot of money.
Dunkin' Donuts.
Exactly. I would. If it works for you, it works for you.
The coffee's cheaper.
There you go. So, and people are going to these things, and they're seeing the person, and they're just like, it's not it. And they just walk out. Or they don't say nothing.
That's not new. I've done so. Okay, I told you about the chick that was like She was like late, like an hour.
Oh yeah.
I went there, ordered my food, and left her there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I done that.
Yeah, that's fair. But
hey, call back to awkward sex stories. This is me waiting in the car in the parking lot. Like this is me watching.
But that's them not being aware of you and being thoughtful of you, considerate, regardless of why your reason you're late. If you were late to work, if you were late to an appointment, you would say something, text something, and say something. So why wouldn't you give you the same mutual respect? Right. If it was the other way, if she showed up on time and you were running late,
I would say.
I would say, yo, just so you know, I'm not, ghosting you. I didn't forget about you. I'm gonna be a little late. So if I know we say we're gonna meet at 4, and it's 3:40. Hey, I'm just going to let you know I'm going to be a little bit late.
In their defense, though, this is the first time you're meeting somebody. You should probably do whatever you can do to try to be punctual meeting somebody. First impression.
Of course, precisely. Because the first could be the last impression. First impressions are everything. I understand that. But most people don't think like that. Some of these people have a different warped reality. We'll leave gender out of it. We'll leave the gender out of it because for each gender group or whatever, it's different experiences. Most men are used to rejection.
Of course.
So when it's the other way, especially if the woman's very attractive and used to getting attention, it's not.
Then you get attacked for it. Yeah,
absolutely. So we'll leave the gender out, like I said, for now. For the most part, why wouldn't you be considerate of the other person? This is your time, your resources. It's the same way, vice versa.
Right.
So, but now it seems definitely even more cruel.
Yeah.
Like, I get it. You see the picture on social media, and then you see him in person, like, dang, how old is this picture?
It's only more cruel because I feel like society as a whole is in their feelings a lot more.
Well,
like
of course,
I said, this stuff is not new. It's been going on forever.
It's just the technology is making it more prevalent and more out there because people can get on
like
TikTok and
the
cry.
Button.
Yeah.
Button.
There we go.
Yeah. If you could sit there and press a button in my face saying that I am not worth your time.
And what is it? It's just speed dating.
Yeah.
It's speed dating, and they came up with a way to monetize it. It's speed dating. They did this. Go back and watch some of these old movies, 40-Year-Old Virgin, some of these movies in the early 2000s.
The Fifth Wheel.
Exactly. There's classic scenes where all these characters would go through speed dating. It's the same concept. But they're using technology and they're monetizing it.
Right.
That's the only thing. But like I said, it's just, I'm thankful I don't have to deal with this mess. I don't know how it is with you dealing with it and how you interact with people, but it's just to a point where people are getting lazier.
I guarantee, because I've been ghosted before. People saying that, well, oh yeah, we'll meet up, we'll do this, we'll do that. And all of a sudden, out of the blue, as soon as the ad on the Facebook, no more text. I was like, oh, I must have said something stupid online. Which, to her defense, yeah, that's probably true.
Oh, yeah.
But I get it. I understand. I don't take.
But most people should do homework. You know, before you go out with somebody, you take a look at their social media. You take a look at what they present.
Well, that's called stalking, my guy.
It's not necessarily.
I mean, okay, so if you're doing research, whatever you want to call it, but if you're trying to be more spontaneous, just meet somebody.
Okay, well, that's different. But it depends on how you approach situations and people. Yeah, having some sense of spontaneity is great and wonderful.
Right.
But if you wanted to be serious, I mean, I guess when you first initially meet them, you're like, okay, there's a connection. Maybe then, or maybe after a couple interactions, then maybe do some research. Maybe not right away do that. But I would also say depending on where you are in life.
Yeah.
So if you have you have a lot to lose.
Right.
And you do research, you're like, this person is not got nothing going on.
Yeah, they're not coming over here with all this shit.
Exactly. And destroying, taking what's yours.
Right,
You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying everybody's out there being spiteful, evil, but you still have to be aware of that shadow part, the intentions of why they're dealing with you. It's not just because I'm not the most attractive person. So what else is there to you that you're gaining from me?
We're TSA out here. We're doing background checks. We're doing all that.
All right, we're gonna take you away to the secondary screen.
You come through the door. We're gonna. Yeah.
But there's also new statistics too that drop with it real quick. So I guess today's young adults, especially young women, are increasingly finding romance in their friend groups. A survey of 43% of people between the ages of 18 to 29 said they were in a relationship with someone who was first a friend, including an astonishing 50% of women in this cohort, I guess. So,
ooh, don't take that statistic to Fresh and Fit. That's going to flip their whole ideology on their head.
This is double the 21% of people over 65 who probably have been friends with their partner or spouse before they started dating. Among older couples, 52% have said their significant others were a complete stranger to them before they got together, while only 35% of young people said the same. In other words, a lot more older Americans created relationships out of thin air. I mean, then you get situations like, think about friend zones.
Yeah.
So
it's a great zone to be in, honestly. you know where you stand. You just.
But would you say you have a lot of female friends then?
Describe friend.
So, do they talk to you outside of business reasons? Do you have women? If you're not romantically involved with them or business purposes, do you have a lot of female friends?
I have people that I talk to. I see them at shows every once in a while.
Well, that's not a friend.
We're talking about
that's more of a kind of acquaintance than anything.
I have a lot more acquaintances. I keep my friend group pretty small.
Precisely, same thing.
Pretty small.
It's very tiny. It's pretty much a damn straight line. But that's the difference between the way we think, and then some guys stay in that friend zone.
Yeah.
Because they have an attractive female friend or attractive female friends with the hopes.
Put me in, coach.
Exactly. And they'll sit there for 5, 10, 15, 20 years with the hopes that they'll get their shot at this person.
That's your whole life, my G.
Why? I don't get it. I don't understand it. If she's not interested in you, she's already shown you she's not interested in you, dude, walk away from it. Walk away from it. I'm not saying you can't be friends with females or anything, but if it's not business, if it's not any other practical reason, like a childhood friend or somebody you built some type of bond like that, then
you know what she says? She'll come back when you're here now, and now she is gone. But the wall is somewhere in between.
Yeah, there we go. Uh-oh, he's talking about the wall. Uh-oh. He's red pill talk. Red pill talk.
Man, nah.
Andrew Tate here, checking in on you.
Dear God, dude, I am too dark.
Speaking of that, I guess he's got a movie or something they working out. Yeah.
Andrew Tate movie.
Yeah. Dude's getting a movie, or they're working on it. I don't know.
If it's not on Lifetime, I don't want to
see it. Could you imagine it on Lifetime?
I want to know what actor they get to play this dude.
I don't know, man. But like I said, we digress. But the thing is we're losing more and more the human factor to it all. People are so worried about getting their feelings hurt. It's just easier to just keep them at an arm's length and not let them know what's going on. It's not
that, though. We value our time a lot more than we used to.
Well, of course.
If my time's going to be wasted, time is more valuable than money. Let me put that out there. If my time's going to be wasted, then I would much rather move on to the next until I find what I want. But what you're trying to say, I understand, because you're not really allowing things to naturally grow or get where they need to be. And I'm not saying you need to be that for the first person you meet, but you kind of got to let them present who they are.
Well, of course, and I'm not saying that's where options come in. Whether you're male or female, options are going to vary for each one.
Stocks.
Exactly. And but is it easier for one gender than the other? Absolutely. Usually it is. But for most people, you're not the only person they're talking to, just like vice versa. Now, until you exclusively say, hey, I'm dealing only with you, letting you know that I'm focusing on you.
See, I'm weird because if I'm talking to multiple people and I start feeling somebody a little more than the other, I will end up ghosting one person. Stop talking to them. Talk to this person, see where this goes. If it doesn't go anywhere, full circle right back. Hey!
And they always respond. They don't say, "Hey, you ghosted me" or anything. Or...
No, because
because
if you're a smart individual, you have your excuses loaded in the tank. Yeah, I was busy. I had a lot of shit to do. I was just out here doing what I had, doing stuff. So it's wild. And hey, watch out for that, gents. Watch out for that, ladies. It's crazy. They not always busy. They got time.
We choose what we allocate our energy and efforts into.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. I agree.
So with that said,
yeah, let us know if you got interesting stories or thoughts on the topic. Maybe you're going through it right now. If you're out here dating, let us know.
Yeah.
As always, hit that comments, like, subscribe.
Yep, he's dark. I'm darker.
There we go.
We are outro.